All right, it is 9:43. Christmas and New Year's right around the corner, as if we haven't drilled that home to you. Today we're going to show you some great wines, some cocktails in the sparkling genre tonight. Because here's the thing, there's a lot of folks like me who don't know the first thing about what to drink when you're, how to pick bubbly out. So joining us, we went to the expert, General Manager Steve Bayusik of Shell and Bones Oyster Bar and Grill down in New Haven. One of my favorite joints is back with us today. Nice to have you here.
Excellent to be
here. And I got to tell you, you brought some fine bottles, and we'll go through them in just a second. But I don't know, legitimately. I walk into a liquor store to buy something nice for New Year's Eve. I don't know what I'm buying. What's the first thing that I should look for, and what's the first thing that I should focus on to get the right stuff?
Well, you're always matching the complexity of your food. So if you're having, this beautiful, array of seafood and all that, you've got all these complex flavors happening.
Sure.
You pick a more complex sparkling. If you're mixing it with orange juice and making mimosas, you can pick a less complicated sparkling. For sure.
Now, again, the rule of thumb, this I know, spent some time in France before. If it comes from the Champagne region of France, it's champagne. Everything else is
sparkling.
There you go.
So you have Prosecco or champagne, sparkling from California, all in that big sparkling wine category.
But let this be clear, just because it's not champagne doesn't mean it's not as good.
Oh, for sure.
Right, because you have some great stuff here. Take us through what you've brought. And do you want to do the dramatics now? What do you see what we're going to do? You want to do it now? Just go for it.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, let's go right ahead. So we have not, I'm telling you now, we have not tried this at home.
Do not try this at home.
We have not prepped this. We have not rehearsed this. But Steve he says he's a trained professional. So watch what you're going to do here. And again, do this away from somebody. All right, we have the right camera. You ready? Wait. Watch this. And you do this at Shell and Bones? You do this at the restaurant?
I do not. We keep it away from people.
Watch this, guys. Got his teeth. He's ready to go. And
this is how you open a bottle of champagne.
Boom! Holy cow! I said, don't do that. Don't do that towards me. I haven't won a Super Bowl yet. so that's very nice. Again, and we're not giving tips to do that at home, clearly. But now let's talk about the different kinds of champagne and proseccos that you can buy that would be good, affordable brands.
For sure. So we actually serve the Della Contessa prosecco by the glass at Shell and Bones.
That'd be right over here.
We really like it. It has a really nice complexity to it, nice creamy mouthfeel. Great on its own, but also great, in mixed cocktails.
And again, asking basic questions here. Called prosecco because it comes from
Italy.
Italy. There you go. All right, what do you got here?
We have some honest to goodness champagne. This is a little grower. I've actually been to this winery. So Arnaud Margain does a great job on this Brut. Really clean. That's legit champagne.
If you are a beginner when it comes to champagne, do you want Brut? Do you want dry? Do you want to go something sweet? What do you think is good?
I like the Brut. I like the dry style for sure.
Excellent. And we just did that one. And by the way, I should point out, I asked you to do that first so I could drink it during the air. This is just spring water, so we don't want to push that. But what in terms of when you're pairing it with your food? Now, if you're having seafood and you've got one of the big signatures over at Shell and Bones here, does it matter what kind, how dry or not so dry, or how bubbly, not so bubbly that you want when you're pairing it with seafood?
I tend to go, the higher acid wines, things that are really bright, really fresh. You're going to go with the brinier oysters because anytime you have salt, that brightness, that acidity will kind of tame that brininess.
What about meat?
With meat, I mean, you can. The nice thing about champagne and sparkling is you can drink it with anything.
It goes with everything.
Anything, and you will never have. I mean, obviously some pairings are better than others, but you'll get more hits and misses for sure.
And we should point out this is beautiful. I love the seafood.
This is our Tower of Shells.
Okay, and you're doing something New Year's Eve with this, right?
We are. We're actually bundling this with a bottle of Billicart Salmon for $149, which is, I think, an absolute steal.
No, don't mind me.
Absolutely.
Keep talking. I'm fine here.
Have to cheers for you on that one as well.
Absolutely. So, Champagne 101, bottom line, don't be afraid when you go into the store. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money. You don't necessarily have to get champagne, although if you do, there's some recommendations there. And don't worry about what you're pairing it with because it goes with everything.
And my advice is just taste everything you can and remember what you taste.
and enjoy yourself and drink it in moderation.
That's right.
Well, there you go. Then now I will definitely cling to that. If you'd like more tips, we're going to put them on our website, fox61.com. Steve Bayusik of Shell and Bones Oyster Bar and Grill. Go see him. Great place. One of my favorites, right on the water there at City Point. Nice to see you again. Happy New Year.
Sir.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back to one of the